Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like.
Cornerback Josh Norman this week told the media his opponent, Odell Beckham, seems very enticing, almost edible. I don't know how this matchup is going to taste, but obviously everyone in the media has been hyping it up. And I was talking to some vets in this Panthers secondary like Roman Hart.
118, I said. Sets it up at the 48. Manning, Beckham, open, dropped it. Working on Norman, and he could have put the exclamation point on the start of this day, and he raises his hand. That's on number 13.
Well, I can guarantee you that got Josh Norman's attention. As you're going to see, he takes a deep post. He just simply outruns Josh Norman to the middle, and a perfectly thrown ball by Eli Manning, and that's just something you don't see.
No, man. Only thing I see is came 15 yards down the field and just went straight for my head. Like, he was doing it the whole game, grabbing it. And I just kept telling us, you know, watch this. I wasn't trying to retaliate because I know how I can get. And it was just crazy, man. I mean, I feel as if he knew what kind of game I can play, but him playing it, it wasn't as effective as he thought it was going to be. We train and stuff like that. I mean, we work at it. We come down from the bottom and work our way up to the top, man. When you got people that you giving things.
This will be a drive where the Giants are thinking about what could have been, and here's what was going on after that run a moment ago. It's Beckham and Norman downfield. Beckham walks off with his helmet off, and there's still not a flag down on the turf. Let's see how it got going.
Well, Josh Norman was on him. They gave a little bit of help, and it's like Odell Beckham came back in and took a shot on Josh Norman, and you just don't know what all has happened on each of these plays. We saw on the first possession the scuffle that took place. A lot of discussion coming into this game about the matchup between these two guys and who was going to prevail. And
well, we've been watching the back and forth between Josh Norman and Odell Beckham after the play, and when Josh Norman came over to the sideline, several members of Carolina's defense walked over to him and said, "Enough is enough, stop, just walk away. Next time these officials will throw a flag, so just walk away from him." Joe?
Well, what Aaron just said, even after the last play, these two are still going at it.
Well, the last two times we see there from Odell Beckham, and then on the previous scuffle that they had, I think that was initiated by Beckham as well. So I think Josh Norman has heeded the advice of his teammates, and he's trying to lay low, but Beckham has certainly doesn't look like he's been talked to by any of his teammates or Tom Coughlin. But Terry McAulay, he's not going to tolerate it, and he's already warned these coaches.
From the 31 play action, Manning steps into it, throws, Beckham can't hang on. And he's got Norman right there on him. And with that, before 2nd and 10, the red light's on.
To the officials, because he's been getting pounded on each time, and he's waiting for them now to throw a flag. He's trying to keep his cool, hand up inside the face mask, and if these officials would watch what's going on.
No catches, dropped a touchdown early.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 13, low to the head. Half minutes to the goal, the down counts, 2nd down.
Let's watch. This has been going on all game. I mean, at some point, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, I think the coaches, they've talked to Terry McAulay. Josh Norman has been talking to the officials as well, and this time they catch Odell Beckham. They're just not.
The first 2 years of his career, he has been at times unstoppable. At least one catch. 2nd and 8. Manning unloads. Beckham incomplete, and Manning ends up on his belly. 3rd down and 8, and Beckham still no catches. In on the tackle, and Odell Beckham is talking with his position coach, Sean Ryan, on the sideline. He had the early drop by Beckham, and then it seemed like the mental game. Down by 28. Here is Beckham. He's got his first catch of the day, and now Norman gets on top of him at the end of it. Here's a day for Odell Beckham. There was the early one with Norman. Then the drop on what was sure a touchdown pass from Eli Manning, and then a lot of first down. There's Beckham again. What is going on? Have you seen a guy this thrown off his game before?
They ought to throw him out of the game, Joe, and they just might.
I mean, he's out of control.
Well, he's hurting his football team. He hurt him dropping the ball, and now he's hurt him with, multiple penalties already. We'll see what this flag is for.
He came flying in at the end of that play.
Yeah, and Tom Coughlin, he's not normally a coach that tolerates this either, so I would expect him to take action too.
And Norman is.
Well, they've been trying to calm him down each and every time.
Fouls on each team. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 13. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 24. The penalty's offset at the dead ball spot. First down.
Calm down. Watch the end of this play. That's not it. It's here. And they go head to head. Then Norman gets in with a knee into the head of Odell Beckham.
Well, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for Odell Beckham. It's embarrassing for the Giants. There's a shot. I mean, Josh Norman has owned him in this game, and when he hasn't been on him, someone else has. They haven't gotten him the football.
Beckham is so off his game, he's not even running routes. He's coming off the ball trying to take Norman's head off.
Yeah, he's just clapping because he thinks they're finally going to call Josh Norman.
Norman was looking to get into something today. You weren't having any of it. What was your approach?
I don't got nothing to do with that. We're in the playoffs. Damn, he done messed. We're in the playoffs. It's not something I concern myself about. So just come out and you have that mindset. And today it was on my mind.
You're finally in the playoffs. You're smiling. What's that like to know?
It's great. I just want to thank God right now. It's just amazing. It's amazing opportunity we have. So I'm looking forward to it.
But this looked like it was within. Of course, they go hands to the face. Is probably where they're going to get him, but it was within the 5 yards.
I'm throwing this one on Norman.
Yeah, and the flag came in. I mean, they're watching it, but
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 24. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And now Norman's getting into it with fans behind the Carolina bench. That conversation.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Josh Norman he's trying to get calmed down, but I'll tell you, after the shot that he took to the head from Beckham, how do you blame a guy for being upset?
Joe, as we saw, his position coach, Sean Ryan, grabbed him, gave him a talking to, and then he walked over and started apologizing to his teammates. After that talking to, though, Joe, I watched him just have kind of a mini meltdown on the sideline, started screaming, "We're getting our tails kicked," and no.
Here is more of the video from the day for Odell Beckham. All the talk, and obviously can't turn on a television that has anything to do with sports during the course of the week and not see something on this match. Josh Norman, who is at least in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year against the top wide receivers this season. And you know certainly better than I what a luxury it is to have a guy in the third quarter. Here is Beckham. And if you're just joining us, Beckham's been a big story. Third down and 3.
118. Right, set.
Pass is caught. Beckham. Odell Beckham. Down inside the 20.
Put Odell Beckham in the slot, so you're not going to draw Josh Norman. You got Cortland Finnegan on him in man coverage on the drag route. Can't keep up with Odell Beckham.
The mind game in the matchup with Josh Norman. It was ugly for a while. A lot of swinging, punching, grabbing after plays. Beckham's been flagged 3 times for a personal foul, and now he makes the catch on third down.
It goes to show how you act out. I mean, you're going to be Michael Jackson, go around and dance and play and do all the other stuff and not be a football player and not train the way you're supposed to train, it goes to show. And I hope I pull back a mask. I hope I pull back the face of what it really is. And that's all I got really pretty much to say about that guy, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you saw it. Y'all saw it. I mean, you're going to play football, play football. Don't come out here and do all that extra stuff when you know you don't train like that. That's not you. That's not who you are.
Manning, end zone, touchdown Beckham!
See Odell Beckham, and on the outside, a bit of a double move, it looked like, by him, where he slow plays Josh Norman. As he comes off the ball, it looked like he started like he may go to the slant, and it gives Eli Manning then some room to lay it to the back pylon with Beckham getting a step. That's a great job on 4th down and the game on the line against what I think is the best corner in football right now.